Back in the Manja kitchen we are again today, making more what? Desserts! You know, this heat is just killing me. So what does that do? When you're miserable, what do you want to do? I mean, with this COVID, what do you want to do? You want comfort food, right? You want something familiar. You want to just feed your face and make yourself emotionally feel better. Well, these are kind of like that. These are grown-up Butterscotch Rice Krispie bars. Now, when you were a kid, your mom probably made you Rice Krispie bars. My mother never did because my mother couldn't even accomplish that, but we had Rice Krispie bars from the neighbors. You can buy them in packages now. Well, Kellogg's is the people that make Rice Krispies. A little interesting story on the Kellogg brothers. Around 1919, 1917, the brothers came up with an idea how to make cornflakes for a cereal. But they didn't do it to make the cereal. Kellogg's was born out of carnal impulses. We're talking sex here, folks. So what they tried to do is they made these rice, the corn flakes, the Kellogg brothers, so people would not be sexy. Can you believe this? This is crazy. What they did is they wanted to give people a chance to experience something else. So they opened the sanatorium in like a spa. Today it would be a spa in New York. And they put them all on these vegetarian diets, and they gave them a lot of grains. Well, what happened with all those grains? Not a good thing. Constant diarrhea. So if we have a constant diarrhea problem, right? Who's going to have sex? Nobody. So the Kellogg brothers had to reinvent. So they came up with other products. But I always thought it was fascinating to me how they started their business. Carnal impulses. So let's get back to the Rice Krispie squares. So these are kind of like the grown-up version. And if you get close to them, Rich, you can see there's some big butterscotch chips in here. And I put in butterscotch chips just because I happen to like butterscotch. And so these are, again, Rice Krispies, marshmallows, butter, and, basic, Rice Krispies squares. That's it. You just put them in a pan, you pat them in there with your hands. Make sure you wet your hands first, otherwise your hands are going to stick to them. So Rice Krispie treats have been around for a long time, and marshmallows. A little interesting story on marshmallows as well. Marshmallows actually are a natural product. It comes from a marshmallow plant. And they grow about this high, maybe about 2.5 to 3 feet high. And they use the roots on the marshmallow plant. They grow the plant just for the roots. They cut them off, and then they put them in a big pot of water and sugar and cook them down and make this syrupy, gloppy mess out of the marshmallow root. And then they put in stabilizers, and they put in maybe a little bit of corn syrup to give it more sweetness. That's from the corn, you know that. And they also make marshmallow molds out of them. So marshmallows are really a natural food product outside, with the corn, the marshmallow plant. It's a natural food product, just like that Cool Whip was not. But this is, it's a natural product, so I can somehow justify giving these to the grandkids. It's natural. Your mom wouldn't, be opposed to having a Rice Krispie square, but you don't really want to eat those butterscotch chips because Noni thinks they're not good for you. So I'll eat them for you. So go get a fork, and I'll dig out the butterscotch chips, and I'll sacrifice and eat them for you. And you can have the rest of it. Boy, am I a great grandmother, right? I actually am. I love my grandkids and my great-grandkids, but I love to tell the stories. When we're eating dinner, I tell the stories like that of the carnal knowledge of Rice Krispies and the Kellogg brothers. Of course, that kind of dampens the whole meal, which means more for me and less for them to take home. So, thanks for joining us, and remember, you're going to find out food facts here, food history, food chemistry, and most of all, food hacks. How to make it simple, fast, no cooking, really, no heat in the kitchen, no oven, and they taste pretty doggone good too. And save me the butterscotch chips. Send them to me. We've got an email address at the bottom. Give me your comments and sign up if you're not signed up or subscribed. We need to have you guys. Come back soon.